The Dutch master has produced something special in the wet, in the dry. Max Verstappen wins the Monaco Grand Prix.
Team Penske at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Joseph Newgarden finally wins the Indianapolis 500.
But off turn number 4, the Coca-Cola 600 belongs to Ryan Blaney.
Welcome back to another fantastic broadcast here tonight on the Dega Boys channel. We are here with Nexus in the Nexus Grand Prix Championships, the IR18s at Long Beach. We're going to be going 100 laps around here. Is that right? 100 laps? Yeah. 100 laps around here at Long Beach. And we're going to be witnessing some great street course racing here tonight. First and foremost, though, I've got Jay in the booth. Jay, how you doing?
Oh, man. I've been looking forward to this race for a while now. Indy cars at Long Beach, like peanut butter and jelly, hot dogs and mustard, my laundry and Tide Pods, baby. I love this place. I can't wait for this race. It's going to be fantastic. Indy cars, Long Beach. What more can you ask for? This is amazing.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into a little bit of info for you guys here tonight. We'll show you guys a little bit about what these drivers will be experiencing, and then we'll get straight into qualifying. So, let's pull up race info now. Tonight, the Long Beach Grand Prix, race 6 here tonight. Just under 2-mile road course. We got a track temp right now of 102 degrees. That's pretty hot. Altitude of 10 feet. We got ambient weather of 69 degrees Fahrenheit, 56% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and a 6-mile-an-hour wind. This is open setup IndyCar racing, 11-turn street course, 5 left-hand turns, 6 right-hand turns, pace car speed of 45 miles an hour, and a pit road speed of 40 miles an hour. And everyone here tonight gets one quick repair. If you find yourself in the wall early in this race, come on down pit road and get yourself your backup car, and then go have some fun with it. Maybe try to get back up onto the podium. Now, with that being said, let's check the cars coming out on track. First up, it's Kevin Whalen. He's going to come around here for his warm-up lap as he is on the alternates. As he's coming around the fountain section now. We're going to watch him be the first one to take that green flag.
Yes, Kevin Whalen, one of the consistent drivers here in this league, and that very familiar U.S. Army machine. He's been so close to getting a victory this season. Here he is now off of turn 5, headed for that turn 6, this left-hander, and then going up this little bit of a uphill area. We're going to have a little bit of a kink here, turn 7, down into turn 8 here for his first lap here in qualifying.
Down into turn 8 now, coming down the back straightaway. He's going to get this really long straightaway here to make sure everything is correct in its settings. And then go for the hot lap as he comes down into 9, 10, and 11. The hairpin, that's going to be a big talking point tonight here, Jay. Definitely an action corner to go ahead and watch during the race. As you can see, Kevin takes it a little wide there. He's not going to get a good run off that exit, but he's going to come down the front straight away anyways and set up for his first lap.
Yeah, here he is. We're going to start this first lap of qualifying. Got a really good run to checkers here. He's going to be heading right on down here into turn 1. This is going to be the action corner as well here tonight. Getting real brave on the brakes. We're going to see a lot of cat and mouse through there. Around the fountain section, get right up there close to the wall. Carry as much speed as you can here through turns 3 and 4. And then into turn 5, this little bit of right-hander. And then down this little bit of short shoot.
Coming down into would be 6, or I'm sorry, 7, down into 8 now. Kevin Whalen putting down some purple sectors at the moment. He is going to be the first car to come on out here and complete a lap, so seeing those purple sectors is pretty mandatory, I guess you'd say. You'd see that a lot as he now comes through the 9, 10, 11 complex here. As he gets into the hairpin, he's going to arc it in just a little bit better this time. Gets himself a great exit here and down the front straightaway. Brad Haldane not being able to keep up with Kevin's pace now as he comes across the start-finish line. And he's going to put down a 108.94. Pretty decent lap time there for Kevin. He's got 4 laps to put a lap time down. But we're going to go ahead and switch on over to Brad Haldane. Oh, he locks up going into the hairpin, and now he's on the front straightaway, coming towards start-finish line.
Yeah, it's really easy to do, getting locked up there in the hairpin. You're trying to carry as much speed as you can, get the car to rotate there. Let's see what he does here in qualifying with this first lap. Or, no, he is starting his qualifying lap now. Maybe he had an invalid one there. We'll see what he could do as he dives down here into turn number 1. Get right up there against the rumbles around the fountain. This is such a beautiful course. Look at him go, just getting a great exit there, and then around the fountain down here into turn 3 and 4, continuing on with this lap time.
Cameron Capone puts up a lap time of 110.373, currently P2 on the board here. Brad Haldane coming through turn 7, or coming into turn 7 right now. But Kevin Whalen coming through the hairpin once again. He's going to look to take another lap here at the Long Beach qualifying. He tries to make the track a little bit shorter on the front straightaway. He crosses the line. He goes 0.3 slower this time by. Now let's go back to Brad Haldane, who is coming 9, 10, 11 complex. Brad Haldane getting into the hairpin. No lockup this time. Oh, just a little lockup. Not too bad, not too bad. Coming off the exit now, coming down the front straightaway. Let's see what Brad can do.
Yeah, let's see what he could do. Down shoreline drive. Let's see. Cross the start-finish line. He goes P2 with a 110, 179 here in qualifying. And now next to cross the line, I believe this is Nate Patel, right? This is our buddy over there, the King of Camo. He puts up the P4 position with a 110, 901 as he continues to dig down here into turn 1.
Yeah, new face to the series. His first start in Nexus with the IndyCars at a pretty difficult track, if I may add there. But Nate's doing a great job. Oh, and he gets into the wall there. After the fountain section, he's going to have to tow back to pit road.
Yeah, what a tough track to make your first start in Long Beach. This tight technical, street course. I mean, especially with these boys here in the Grand Prix Championships, always put on a good show. As Whalen crossed the line again, it does not look like he improves his time of that 108.935. The first person to break in past the 110 mark here in qualifying, as he's still digging, maybe putting up some more laps here, getting a little bit more practice under his belt, getting ready for the Grand Prix here just in a little while.
Absolutely. This is Kevin Whalen's last qualifying attempt here. The last lap to try and improve that 108.93 as he's now coming off a turn 8, 7. This is 7 right here. Coming through 7 and down this little short chute here into turn 8. He's going to set up for the back straightaway. Rotors are glowing, and he's hard on the brakes. He's coming down the front straightaway, looking to come down into turn 9.
Yeah, down Seaside Way, under the bridge, and down here into turn 9, the right-hander, and then you got to go back around here with this big swooping left-hander, continuous turn, double apex, and then right here into the hairpin. I like the entry there to the hairpin. Go a little wide to try to get a good arc there, late apex, get the drive off of turn 11, and see if he can improve. But look at that! Swindell goes to the top of the board with a 108.048! 0.8 of a second quicker than Kevin Whalen. Unbelievable there by Swindell.
Yeah, great lap by him. A 108 flat is extremely fast, especially with these track conditions that these drivers are facing right now. Brad Haldane in P3 still without 110.1 as he had a little bit of an incident on track there. He's going to have to tow back to pit road. Jordan Whiting now on track. He is on a flyer right now. Swindell hitting that purple once again. Swindell looking like he's going to put in another fast lap.
Yeah, he is just absolutely on a rails right now as we're going to go back on board with him as he's heading down Seaside Way down here into turn 9. If he can improve on that 108 flat, I mean, unbelievable pace he has in this race car tonight as he's going to do kind of that same technique there that Kevin Whalen used there through the hairpin. And here he comes down Shoreline Drive to finish this lap. Let's see if he can improve on that P1 position.
A 107.5! Holy cow!
Oh my God!
He is on fire right now. Richard Swindell taking pole by 1.4 seconds. Provisional pole, I must say. Takeshi Kita coming across the line in P3 at the moment as he comes down into turn 1. Takeshi Kita really turning up here in the mid part of this season. Got a win there at Motegi, a P2 at Motegi Road. Now he's coming out here to Long Beach to make another statement.
Yeah, Takeshi Kita, man. This guy is always digging. He is a gasser, man. He is so fun to watch. Here he is exiting turn 5, heading for turn 6, and then trying to go up Pine Avenue. Looks like he gets late apex, then into this little kink, turn 7, and then down here into turn 8, setting up for Seaside Way.
All right, coming down Seaside Way, a driver to look for tonight here right now on the alternates. Look, that's another talking point. Brad Haldane putting down a 110-1 with primaries. Capone now coming into the P2 position with a 108.7. As you saw, Takeshi got a little loose there coming through 9 as he comes through the hairpin now, really turning the wheel there, trying to get that number 64 to turn in the final corner. He is going to abort this lap, not going to put one in. Cameron Capone is done with his qualifying session, as now Brad Haldane coming into turn 7 and going to come down off of turn 8, still on those primaries, coming down Seaside Avenue.
Yeah, I like to see it. Somebody doing a little bit different strategy here in qualifying here on the primaries. We just saw Jordan Whiting go up to P3 in qualifying, but now down here into turn 9 for Brad Haldane, still trying to improve on that P7 position on the primaries here through turn 10. This big swooper now into the hairpin, hard on the brakes, trying to get that car to rotate through the hairpin, and now onto Shoreline Drive for the end of this qualifying lap.
All right, coming down the front straightaway across the line. Whoa. Brad had a little bit of a mishap right there. That lap didn't count for him. Oh, man.
No.
Oh, that's a rip. All right, let's go to Jordan Whiting now as he comes into the 9, 10, 11 complex. He's going to get himself into this hairpin here. Rotors glowing off the exit now. Gets real fast. Oh, maybe a little bit of wall contact there. Let's see if that counted or not counted as he crosses the line. Let's see. No, it did not. Unfortunate for Jordan Whiting. Oh, Dallas Seward!
Dallas!
P2! 108.3! Look at that!
Meow, meow, meow mix, baby. Look at that. Right up to the P2 position for old Dallas Seaway. Unbelievable. And he's still digging right here around the fountain section. Look how close it gets to the wall. Oh, my goodness. He is flying right now. He had a purple sector I saw going on that lap time. I didn't know if he was going to be able to... Oh, and it gets a little loose there off of turn 5. Now here he is. He's going to abandon that lap. Yeah, that was a lot of aggression there as we're back on board here with Takeshi Kita going through the hairpin.
All right, coming through the final quarter. He locks up a little bit off the exit now on the 2. The front straightaway. Let's see if Takeshi can improve on that 109.3 as he comes across the line. Oh, that must have been an out lap for Takeshi, as he's coming down the front straightaway now and down into turn 1. He's going to use up all of that yellow line as he can. You can't cross that yellow line going down into turn 1. You'll get a penalty. You got to be very careful with that because that paint line is also pretty slickery as they come through turn 1. But now coming through the short chute here off of turn 4 and down into 5. Well, I'm sorry, that was 6.
Yeah, no, you're right. That was turn 5. This is down here into turn 6 here, headed for Pine Avenue. We're going to see what he can do here in qualifying with this amazing effort that he's done so far here in the P6 position, currently in qualifying with that 109.326. Still looking to put some more, gain some more positions here in qualifying, put some more time on the board. Down here into turn 9, the right-hander, and then up into turn 10, the long swooping left-hander. Let's see what he can do here in qualifying, headed for the hairpin.
All right, down into the hairpin now. No lockup. Great exit off the corner, staying away from the wall. Not like Jordan Whiting there. He's going to get this lap to count, hopefully, as he crosses the line. Let's see if he can improve. He does! He goes P2 with a 107.975. He's the second driver to break that 107 mark.
You know, what a great lap time there by Takeshi Kita. He's still digging, though, through the fountain sections, turns 2 and 3. Get right up there against the wall, down here into the right-hander of turn 4. He's going to try and carry as much speed as he can. He is looking like he's going to try and put down another flyer here. Grabs a lot of curb there on the exit of 5. Unbelievable. He's going to keep it going as he's heading down to turn 6 and then Pine Avenue.
All right, down to turn 6. He's going to come on up into turn 7 now as he makes a pretty good entrance, pretty good exit, real close to the wall there, maximizing the track that he is allowed. Takeshi Kita, what a run he's having so far here as he gets into the final corners of the racetrack. Rotors are glowing once again, hard on the brakes as he gets into the hairpin here And let's see. Oh, maybe a little bit of a lock up there off the final corner now. Down on the front straightaway. This is his final attempt to improve on that 107.9. He comes across the line. Let's see what Takeshi can do. A 107.963 does improve just a little bit, but not enough to catch Richard Swindell. Jay, my lord, you're not going to believe this. Can you guess?
Who's in the 20 machine here tonight? Oh, man. Is it Mr. Timmy Henderson here in the number 20? Oh, man. Timmy is back, baby, with the NSR boys. I'm so excited for tonight. If you remember, he ran here in the jumpy trucks, man. What a great performance he had there. He knows how to get around Long Beach. This guy he's a wheel, man. Hey, Tim. We're so happy to have you back, bud, as he's going to continue his qualifying lap, heading down Seaside Way now.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great face to show here tonight. We got Nate Patel now going to be crossing the start-finish line. This is his out lap. He's not going to be able to put a time in right now. But Tim Henderson, locking it up into the hairpin. He's going to have to back it up just a little bit here. Gets the thing back going. So he gets back off of the hairpin. Here's Nate as he's coming through the hairpin now. He's going to start his lap here. This is his out lap currently. He's not going to put up a time to rival that 110.9. But now he's starting. Here he goes. Nate Patel down into turn 1.
Yeah, Nate's going to continue here through the fountain section. Turns 2 and 3 now. Going to get right up there against the wall. Perfect execution there. Down here into turn 4. Try to carry as much speed as he can. Gets a little bit of curb there with the right rear. Grabs some more curb. Get a pretty good exit there on 5. Oh, man, that is Long Beach if I have seen it before right there. That is a tough corner. Get that thing rotated right there off the curb.
Yeah, absolutely it is. But here's Tim. He's got just about 15 seconds to put in a lap time here. They're going to allow a little bit of grace at the end of this qualifying run. Maybe Tim can put in a lap time here as he now gets into the final corners of this racetrack. Tim looking to put up a time just to see... nope, no grace. No grace at all. Tim Henderson is going to be starting P last here. And pole goes to Richard Swindell. Congratulations on him. If Richard Swindell is in the chat, we'll bring him up here real quick, but it looks like he is not. So, I think, though, we should bring down the new face.
Yes,
we should bring down
I
Nate
agree.
Patel. Hey, Nate, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Nate, look, your first time here with the Nexus Sim Racing Group. We have a little bit. We know you, Nate. Nate knows the channel. The channel knows Nate. But Nate, this is your first time racing with a Dega Boys broadcast. But Jay and I were talking about it a little bit here. Your first showing, it's Long Beach with the Indy cars. What an incredibly difficult combination here for your debut. How are you feeling about it, though?
Well, I'm feeling like I'm gonna stay out of everyone's way and just try to run my own race and do the best that I can for sure. I'm a little nervous to be amongst these guys because I'm looking at the lap times. I'm a little behind.
Well, it doesn't go to say that Long Beach can absolutely be a race of attrition. How are you feeling, though, with grip levels on track right now, especially with it being so hot? The track is so hot right now. How are you feeling confidence-wise to not hit a wall?
To not hit a wall, I think I'm okay. But to spin out, I don't know. I've spun out a couple of times just trying to push it, trying to keep up with these boys. So I'm definitely going to try to lay back a little more to finish the race.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentle cars. That's Nate Patel ready to take on the streets of Long Beach. 100 laps here tonight. Nate, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. There you have it. We're about to go and get this warm-up underway. Jay, any last questions for Nate before we take the green?
Yes, Nate, it's good to see you, buddy. We're glad that you made it here tonight to race here in the Indy cars here in Long Beach. We're going to have a blast up here in the booth. I'm sure you're going to have an absolute blast racing around these boys, learning the different conditions of this track as it changes, the strategy and everything. We're excited to see what you can do here tonight, Nate, and good luck to you as we get into this evening.
Thank you, brother. It's an honor to be here.
Awesome. All right, good luck, Nate, and hopefully we'll see you at the end of the night. All right, there you have it. Nate Patel, once again, making his debut with Nexus. All right, he's going to go back out on track right here as he's going to continue to warm up, try to get a couple more laps under his belt. As you can see, he's got a little bit of traffic behind him now. Whoa, Kevin Whalen and Jordan Whiting getting really close there. But, Jay, let's talk a little bit about the race now. We've got 2 minutes left before we grid up here. Let's talk a little bit about the race. Let's talk about maybe a little bit of race strategies. Look, it's 100 laps here. Again, it can turn into a race, a little bit of attrition with these guys. As you can see, Dallas Seward smacks the wall there. But what would you expect as a driver going into this race?
Yes, this is a race of attrition. This track is extremely difficult. A lot of heavy braking zones. A really narrow track at certain areas, as we see right here in practice. That is what we're gonna see all night long. I think it's gonna be a race of survival. I like the strategy that Nate was talking about. Maybe just lay back a little bit there at the beginning of the race. Maybe just put some laps underneath you. And if you do that, I think you're gonna find yourself in a really good position at the end of this race. And I also think strategy is gonna be key here tonight as well. I believe that if we see some undercut situations here tonight, that could be a winning move. We know that most of these guys are going to be starting on that alternate tire to start this race from qualifying. We know Brad Haldane's on that primary. Maybe Brad Haldane's sitting in one of those positions right now. I like it. I like being on the primary to start this race and go a little bit further than everybody. Maybe when you get to the end of your fuel load, then you come in, put on the alternates, and maybe you can make it to the end of the race with some pretty good pace there. That's kind of what I'm looking at. I just want to survive the beginning of this race. Maximize my strategy, and then hopefully at the end of the night, if there is a little bit of attrition, I'm on the good end of that deal, and here I am in a good position at the end of this.
Yeah, there's literally nothing else that I could add on to that. I mean, that is the name of the game here tonight. Brad Haldane doing a little bit different strategy here with starting on the primaries, which is typically what we see him do. As you can see him get a little loose there, spin out, coming in through the final corners. But, again, a really hot track. These drivers are going to have a lot of, or they're facing a lot of diversity here, especially, and then adding on top of it, just the difficulty of what Long Beach is. So, a lot going through these drivers' heads as we're now wrapping up warm-up. We're going to watch these guys grid up, ready to go. We'll go and talk a little bit about who the ones to watch out for here after the grid as warm-up is officially over. We're going to go ahead now and pull up our grid for tonight. On pole, Richard Swindell in the Kia-powered number 62, and on the outside of him, that's Takeshi Kita in the 64, starting P2.
Starting P3, that's Dallas Seaway up there in the number 3 truck here with Cameron Capone in the number 7, starting P4.
Jordan, the astronaut Whiting in the Chevrolet-powered Dolaris in the 24, starting P5 tonight, with Kevin Whalen on the outside of him in the Army Chevrolet number 42, starting P6.
Starting P7, that's Bad Brad Aldane in the number 39 with Corey Kobe in the 86, starting P8.
Nate Patel in the number 11, starting P9 tonight with Steven Down in the 09, starting P10.
Starting in P11, that is old Timmy Henderson in the number 20, rounding out your field here tonight in the Long Beach Grand Prix.
All right, Jay, let's talk a little bit about the drivers to look out for here as we're getting ready to do our standing start. I'm going to take Takeshi Kita here tonight, Jay. I think Takeshi is going to be the guy to look out for. Oh, here we go. We're already starting. Look at that. All right, we're all away here. Oh, a little bit of issues for Dallas Seward back here, as it looks like Tim Henderson is in the back. He's having a little bit of trouble sideways back there, as we're now coming down into turn 1. A battle for the lead takes Takeshi Kita to the front of the pack as we go back here side by side through turn 1. Brad Haldane up to the P5 position already with those primary tires as everybody goes single file through the fountain section, all clean and good to go. Nate Patel rounding out the top 9. Tim Henderson having a little issues back here, missing a front wing. He goes through turn 1 as we go back up to the front. Maybe a little side-by-side action here.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of action. We got Jordan Whiting up here in the P4 position, getting all over that rear gearbox here of Cameron Capone down here into turn 8 and heading towards Seaside Way here for the first time today. Oh, Dallas Seward, big contact there into turn 8. His wheel is off of that machine. He's going to try to get that thing back to pit road safely as you see Corey Kobe go by. Nate Patel looking to go by on the inside as well. Unfortunate start here for Dallas Seward.
I know what's wrong with it, Jay. Oh, man, is that Brad Haldane? Brad Haldane, same thing!
No.
Same thing with Brad Haldane as he comes through the final corners. Look at this. These cars are identical as they're coming through the hairpin. They can't get the car to turn. Oh, my goodness. Kevin Whalen down pit road. Same freaking thing to him as well. These guys are just absolutely digging on the first lap. And, man, Kevin Whalen, he was up front there, and he is now coming down pit road. Back to the front here. Takeshi Kita still out front.
Yeah, wholesale of issues here on the first lap. Henderson, Seward, Haldane, Whalen, everybody having issues here early as we're going to continue on here. Takeshi Kita with the fantastic start takes the lead. He had that win there at Motegi on the oval, and here he is at Long Beach showing his strength and muscle early as we still got second through fourth right here battle. We got Cameron Capone up here in the number 7 trying to get by. The 62 of Swindell as we're going to head down Seaside Way, headed for turn 8 now.
All right, coming down the back straightaway down into turn 8. We're going to be going into the 8, 9, 10, 11 complex. Looks like Jordan Whiting had a little bit of a lock up there. He's going to lose a little time here to the 7 as they get into the hairpin. Oh, Takeshi locked up. Maybe a little contact there. We had a wing to the rear tire of the 62 and the 7, but they get it straightened out here. Richard Swindell, Cameron Capone, still in that P2, P3 position as now they're coming down into turn 1.
Yeah, this is a great battle up here. Cameron Capone trying to make his challenge here to Swindell down here into turn 1 around the fountain section. We're going to see maybe lose a little bit of time here to Swindell as Jordan Whiting gets aggressive on the brakes. Jordan Whiting is going to put on an absolute show. He's seen what the astronaut can do, and here he is. 2 turns 4 and 5 now, heading up this little short chute, heading for turn 6.
All right, coming down into turn 6 now. Jordan Whiting getting real close to the rear bumper of that number 7 of Cameron Capone as they come off of 7 down into 8 now. They're going to be looking to come down the back straightaway as the 1 car of Takeshi now has got a 1.5 second lead, close to 1.5 second lead over Richard Swindell in the number 62 as they now come down in turn 8. They're going to be coming through the final corners here. We might see a battle heat up.
Yeah, we got a wing on the track right there in
man.
The entrance to turn 10, so we still got issues. But Jordan Whiting through the hairpin. Oh, it's Brad Haldane again. No, unfortunate here. Not the start bad Brad Haldane wanted, but here it is. Jordan Whiting maybe losing a little bit of time here through the hairpin to Cameron Capone. He's still applying the pressure. He's 0.5 of a second back. No push to pass is used early here in this race on lap 4.
Absolutely, coming down into turn 1 now. Again, your closest battle on track here. Cameron Capone, Jordan Whiting. As they get through the fountain section, Jordan Whiting making up a lot of time under braking, but he loses it on the exit as they come through 4 and 5 now. You can see Jordan Whiting. He's making up a little bit of ground here last time by just about a 1/10, almost 2/10 quicker than the 7 in front of him. As Takeshi Kita continues on here, leading the race, 0.3 behind. Jordan Whiting is to the 7. Look at this. He might have a run here.
Yeah, this was a great little bit of drive there off of turn 8. He's going to get right there in the slipstream here of the 7 of Capone. Is he close enough to make a lunge here into turn 9? He's not. He thinks better of it. Not a good opportunity to go side by side there. Now into the swooper. Oh, look at the wheel work that he's got there. He had a little bit of a right-hand correctness there down into the hairpin. He is all over the gearbox here of Cameron Capone. Let's see if he can stay in touch here down the front straightaway.
There it is. Push the passes on, and we're going to see some action here coming down into turn 1. Look at this. He's going to look to the inside of Cameron Capone, side by side for 3rd place here as they get down into turn 1. He makes the pass, the crossover. Cameron Capone to the inside. He takes it back. Unbelievable. What a battle.
What a battle. I love the crossover move there by Capone. He was like, he saw that Jordan Whiting was on the push-up pass, maybe baited him into that move to the inside and was able to pull off the crossover. But now here through turn 5, Whiting with a pretty good run here through the short chute. You saw Capone use a lot of that exit there to try and get that car straight down here into turn 6 and then uphill here towards turn 7. This little kink. Jordan Whiting all over the gearbox again as he's going to maybe send it in here on the bottom end of turn 8. This is a crazy move and he makes it happen. Unbelievable.
Wow, coming down the back straightaway now. Cameron Capone's going to have a little bit of help from draft. He's not going to take that opportunity. They're going to come into the final corners now. Jordan Whiting's going to hold on to that P3 position. As now, oh, that's Dallas Seward. Dallas Seward having a little bit of issues back there as he gets back out on track here. He's going to be okay. Not a lot of damage there, but we come off of the hairpin now, and it looks like Jordan Whiting's going to hold about a 0.6 of a second lead over Capone, as Capone now trails Whiting coming across the start-finish line and down into turn 1. We got a battle heating up for the lead now, Jay.
Yeah, we do have a battle. I've been watching the lap times have been decreasing here between these two drivers. Swindell, your pole sitter, trying to get back by Takeshi Kido, started right there with him on the front row. Maybe not the start that Swindell wanted, but oh, Takeshi Kido grabs a lot of curb there. You see the Swindell use a lot of exit there as we're heading down here into turn 6. Maybe get close enough here through the short shoots. Takeshi Kido is so aggressive down there into 6 through turn 7. Now down here into turn 8. It's still half a second gap between your front two.
All right, coming down the back straightaway now. These guys, very respectful. These guys have been battling on track all year long so far, and we've seen some great battles. It looks like Takeshi Kido coming through the final corners now, just keeping it straight, keeping it nice and smooth here. They got a big gap over third place of Jordan Whiting, currently about 4.2 seconds. As he comes off the final corner, he's going to get a lot more gap here between himself and Swindell, just a little over a second now as they cross the start-finish line. Swindell getting back to him just a little bit here, about a tenth, as they come on down into turn 1.
Yeah, down here into turn 1, Swindell Takeshi Kido opened up a little bit of a gap here on Swindell. It's going to be very interesting to see what he can do here through the fountain section. Got a lot of wheel into it there through turn 3. Now through turn 4, see if he can stay close enough. Turn 5, this is a great opportunity. Use up as much track as you can. We saw Swindell do it the last couple laps. Now under the bridge, headed for turn 6. He is losing a little bit of time, 7/10 of a second. Down here into turn 6. Takeshi Kido, I think this is where Takeshi Kido thrives, right there into turn 6. Look how much he's able to open that gap, and then down here into the hard braking zone of turn 8.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming down the back straightaway, you could just see how much these guys are working inside of the cockpits now as they come on down into the final corners of Long Beach. This is very tricky here. You got to make sure you got no wheel spin and you're maximizing all the power that you can. Coming into the hairpin now, not to lock up. Swindell does a great job here as he comes off the final corner now. No wheel spin out of that number 62 machine as they come down the front straightaway and across the start-finish line. They're doing a great job. Oh, Jay, we had a big issue here. Cameron Capone, he's around.
No. Cameron Capone in that P4 position before this incident. Now he's going to lose a ton of time. That's right here on the front straightaway, Shoreline Drive. Looks like he's still got a little bit of a gap to P5. I'm not sure what damage he has on that race vehicle. It doesn't look like a whole lot, if any. Might have got away just fine on that situation.
Yeah, let's watch the replay real quick. Let's see what happened to the 7 as he comes into the hairpin here. I just gave it too much gas. He spun it around. No damage. That's good. That's very good. He did a great job there. Keep that thing off the wall as he almost nosed it into the outside wall. But Cameron continues on to see another day here. He's just lost a little bit of time to P3 and P5 now of Corey Kobe in the 86. He is holding on to that P5 position. Nate Patel right behind him. Nate Patel 0.2 of a second quicker than Corey Kobe at the moment. As Nate is getting his bearings straight here with Nexus, as he is racing around a bunch of new guys, trying to gauge the competitive level as he's coming down onto the back straightaway. You can see the gap there between himself and the car in front. As we'll go back to the front here, Jay. That battle between Takeshi and Richard Swindell still at about 0.8 of a second.
Yeah, as they've kind of actually opened up the gap a little bit here. Well, it's about 3.9 seconds back to Jordan Whiting, so Jordan Whiting did cut about 0.4 of a second off this gap over the last 2 laps. But we are getting into some lap traffic here. I believe that is, I'm not sure who that was actually. That's Tim Henderson, giving a lot of respect to these boys, racing for the lead. Gets right up out of the way there, lets them go by, continues on. Great sportsmanship there by Tim Henderson. I like the little profile pic Tim Henderson's got there.
Oh,
and
you jinxed it, Jay.
Into the wall. Dang
Golly. He's got that left front. I mean, by golly. It's a good thing Delara mandates these parts. They probably got a lot in the hauler there. Just run over there, go buy some parts real quick, stick it back on that 20 machine, and get back out there. All right, another car to check up on here. Brad Haldane in the P8 position right now. Currently 1 lap down here. Yep. He's battling to maybe get back to the lead lap. Something's crazy's got to happen here to get Brad back up to the lead lap. Kevin Whalen now in that P7 position. He is very, very close to going a lap down here. Just leaders a couple corners behind him. He's going to try to keep that number 42 on the lead lap here. As we're on lap 10 now, Takeshi Kido leading every lap so far in that number 64, but continually... that gap increases, decreases, increases, decreases to Richard Swindell here. Swindell doing a great job to keep to the rear bumper of that 64.
Yeah, I don't think Swindell's really pushing it too hard at this point of the race. He's kind of leveled out this gap. I think he's just letting Takeshi Kita kind of set the pace here, staying even with him. And then we're going to dive down here into this turn 9 situation. There's always going to be opportunities here under strategy. That's what I said was going to be the key. Maybe the undercut. We know that they're running similar liveries and probably some good teamwork here going on. Maybe allowing Takeshi Kita to kind of set the way. Swindell right here behind him, kind of trying to open that gap up on Jordan Whiting. They've actually increased it 0.6 of a second over the last 2 laps. But after that chaotic start here, Tom, it's kind of mellowed out just a little bit here on lap 11.
All right, a little bit more happenings. Tim Henderson coming back down pit road with that wing damage there. He is going to get back into his pit box and put another front wing on that thing, as he's going to try to get back out on track, grab another couple positions here. Dallas Seward, who is not on track anymore. Dallas Seward officially out of this race. So go back up to the front here. Takeshi Kita, Richard Swindell. That's looking like a 0.7 of a second gap now between these two guys as they come down the back straightaway.
Yeah, here we are down the back straightaway, Seaside Way. We're going to see these guys dive down here into turn 9. This is my favorite section of the whole course right here, Tom. This is very fun right here. Go to the right-hander, and then you saw the double apex there through turn 10, and then the hairpin. I mean, this is where you can win and lose these races, make up a ton of time if you can execute that flawlessly. We got an incident on track.
No,
just a little sideways here off of turn 11.
Lost a lot of time to Takeshi now. 1.4 seconds. It's decreasing. 1.37, 1.36 coming down into turn 1. 1.2 now. Look at Swindell, man. He does have some speed here. Maybe he's sandbagging a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Tom. I think he's just allowing Takeshi Kita to kind of just break the way here and kind of follow through. Maybe he hasn't even really been on push to pass. He's had several opportunities to use it and has never took advantage of that. I think this is just a strategy call here. These both trying to make these alternates maybe last an entire field run here and then run the primaries right at the end of this race. That could be the pure strategy here between these boys. I mean, maybe a little bit of gamesmanship here by Swindell. Maybe tell Takeshi a number and then try to undercut him here in the strategy. That would be fun to watch. We'll see how these guys continue on here as they continue running 1-2. As we've got Nate Patel down pit road. Maybe a scheduled pit stop here with a chance to maybe get some primary tires or go back to the alternates for another short stint.
Yeah, this may be a little bit of a strategy call here, as he was behind Corey Kobe and he was making up some great time to him. Maybe this is an opportunity for Nate to try to short pit a little bit. Kevin Whalen coming down pit road as well. He is 1 lap down now. He was in front of the leaders. Oh, he had a little bit of an incident there. He's missing his front wing.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well. Right front wing is gone. Here he is on the front straightaway. See if he makes any contact into the turn 1 fountain section here. He's going to dive down here into turn 1, get heavy on the brakes. Oh, oh no, he Ricky Taylored it. Oh no.
That'll happen. That will happen. Kevin Whalen still on pit road, or he's coming off of pit road now. Nate Patel being one of the first cars to come out and pit. He is currently in that P6 position still. Just a little bit behind Corey Kobe, who's coming through the fountain section now in that 3G number. Oh, maybe a little bit of outside wall contact there in the numbers 86. But continues on here. Maybe a little bit of damage to that left-hand side. Let's see if he's got any damage. No, he looks pretty clean there. That left front wing, though, looks to have a little bit of damage. It for sure does.
Yeah, he does have a little bit of damage. You can see it right there on that right front wing there. He's the highest running guy still on the primary tires from the start. So this strategy, maybe go as long as he can here. Maybe an opportunity to get towards the front of the field as we see Jordan Whiting down pit road. He's got some damage. A race of attrition continues. Was in a podium position. Get a new wing on that thing.
Let's see what happened to Jordan here. Oh, we just had another crash as well with Nate Patel. But let's see what happened with Jordan Whiting as he's coming through the final corners here. Just locks him up, get him into the tire barriers, and that is a very costly mistake for Jordan. We'll go live once again. Let's see what happened to Nate Patel here as he's coming onto the front straightaway, probably on those cold tires as he comes down into turn 1. Let's see what happens to the number 11. Oh, locks him up. Oh, he keeps it clean. Look at that.
That's a textbook way to save a race car right there. I like that. Yeah, I think you're right. Those cold tires. He just came off pit road. He put the alternates back on. Takes a lap or so to get those tires, get some heat in them, and he gets down into heavy braking zone turn 1. But the key is he had no damage, lost a little bit of time, not a whole lot, and he's going to continue on here in that P6 position. We'll see when everything else cycles back around. Looks like Jordan Whiting went to the primary tires, got a new wing on that thing. He's running P5. It's going to be interesting to see how long Corey Kobe is going to go on these primaries, as well as your 2 leaders there on the alternates.
Absolutely. The leader's still not coming down pit road at the moment as they come through the next set of corners. Takeshi still holding on to that 1.1, 1.2 second gap between himself and Richard Swindell as they come down the back straightaway now. Takeshi, phenomenal job keeping that car out front. Last time by, a 10th quicker than Richard Swindell.
Yeah, Takeshi Kita has just been turning up over the last few races. I mean, he had that amazing race there at the Motegi Oval, put his name on the map. And then, he locked up a little bit there through the hairpin. We'll see if Swindell could take advantage of it. Looks like he didn't even lose that much time there, Tom. Execution on point here by Takeshi Kita, even with a little bit of wheel lockup. And then he had that fantastic run there at the Motegi Road as well. And now here he is at Long Beach leading the field, kind of putting himself as one of the favorites here in this series as he dives down here into turn 1.
Yeah, absolutely. That run at Motegi that he had, Motegi Oval, was actually pretty freaking incredible. If you guys haven't seen that race, if you guys haven't seen the highlights, I highly suggest you go back and watch what Takeshi did there. It was, it was unfathomable, especially with the aero push that these cars get. He made it happen, man. That was extremely impressive. One of the most impressive things I have seen.
Yeah, I agree. That was absolutely insane. He pitted late in that race. We thought it was over for him, and they had about 15, 20 laps to go, and he ends up making that pass on, I believe it was Waylon there for the win. It was unbelievable racing, but here it is. Nate Patel right here running in this P6 position continuously. Right now, 1 lap down, but that's with all the pit sequences haven't cycled through yet, so we'll most likely see him right back here on the lead lap. As you see Corey Kobe, Brad Haldane right behind. Brad Haldane trying to close in on Nate Patel, actually. That would be for position, as it looks like Swindell losing a lot of time there. Oh, no, Whiting again, missing some nose. This is falling apart here by Jordan Whiting here on lap 17.
Let's see. I think we had a little bit of an incident. I'm getting mixed talkings here about what is going on with these cars, so I apologize if I click to something and nothing shows. But Jordan Whiting actually had a little bit of an incident here as he gets down into turn 1. Rotors glowing through turn 2, through the fountain section. Oh, he gets loose. Oh, once again. Unfortunate for him. Unfortunate. Oh, we had another incident with Kevin Whalen. Look at that. Kevin Whalen pounding it once again, doing the
oh man, Ricky Taylor move.
Yes, the Ricky Taylor. Good lord. All right, so maybe I'm not getting some false readings. Maybe I'm just missing it. Jordan Whiting coming down pit road once again here in the number 24, currently P5 at the moment. Nate Patel back here, coming through the fountain section. Nate Patel, Jordan Whiting. Going to be maybe battling for a little bit of position here as he comes through 4 and 5. Jordan Whiting still down pit road. Here comes Kevin Whalen down pit road now again in that number 42. But that gap between Takeshi and Richard Swindell now to 2.4 seconds.
Yeah, 2.4 seconds. Whalen maybe not having the pace that Takeshi does here through the long stint here on these alternate tires. Takeshi Kita maybe was able to save a little bit of tires here through this run to have it here towards the end of this run. Great job, great driving talent there by Takeshi Kita to open up this gap right now here on Kevin Whalen. We got Cameron Capone still hanging out there in the P7 position. Remember, he had that spin there out of the hairpin. Lost a little bit of time, but he had a clean race car. He's still working the alternates as well, as Swindell now up and down by 2.8 seconds as he heads down into turn 9.
Right now, well, basically this is your closest battle on track, as Nate did get passed by Brad Haldane here. Oh, Nate goes around. He saves it once again. It's telling me Richard Swindell had a little bit of a moment here, currently in that P2 position, as he lost just a little bit more time to Takeshi as he's coming through the final corners into the hairpin. Oh, he keeps it straight. Weird. Oh my goodness. What happened here? Jordan Whiting. Is he going to come into turn 8?
Turn 9 again.
9. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, it's almost the same as last time. Oh, no. Turn 9 getting a little bit further in that braking zone. Gets a little bit more wing damage. Jordan Whiting, everybody's having it. Like you said, Tom, at the beginning, dude, this was a race of attrition, and it has played out to be that. I think just about everybody but your front two have had issues here tonight. And I think that's kind of the story of the race and why they've got that big gap there on P3 as they continue to run 1-2 on those alternates. We're here on lap 19. We're on board here with Nate Patel, doing a fantastic job, currently running that P6 position. Did get overtaken there by Brad Haldane, but he's doing a great job here. He's still on the alternate tires, making them last, and he's still got 10 valuable push-to-pass opportunities available in this race car as he gets down here into turn 1.
Absolutely. Gives pretty well through there now. He's got the leaders behind him right now while being a lap down at the moment. He might go 2 laps down here as Takeshi Kita comes through the final corners here. In fact, Jay, let's take this moment. Let's go on board with Takeshi. Might have a little bit of a cool battle here with a lap car as they come on down through the next corners.
Yeah, down here into turn 6, you're going to see him use a lot of wheel there. Then this little kink here, which is turn 7. Get right up here against the wall, get a nice apex turn in, get right over the rumbles there through turn 8. Down Seaside Way, goes right by the lap traffic. Great job there under the bridge. Long straightaway. This is turn 9. We've seen Jordan Whiting have some issues here. Hard braking zone. Get right here on this right-hander. Get as much curve as you can. And then this is the best corner of the whole race course right here. Turn 10. Double apex. Big swooper. And then down here into the hairpin. A lot of wheel input. Got to be careful there on the throttle. And then here he is, set up for the front straightaway.
A long front straightaway here at Long Beach as he crosses the start-finish line last time by. Pulled a 109.77, as you can see on the top left of your screen. A 110.355 for Swindell. So Takita really turning it up here in the mid part of this race as he comes through turn 1 and the fountain section here. And really, really calm, methodical through these corners here that could be really tricky at some points of this race. Barely catching any curb there, which is what you need. If you get just those curbs sometimes, the car gets a little upset. So he now comes into 7, 6.
Yeah, back down here into 6. That is a lap around Long Beach. You see how consistent he is here. Real smooth on the wheel. You're not seeing a lot of little aggressive shakes up to the wheel, any of that oversteer or any situation that he's experiencing here in this race car. He's got this braking zone. I think right here is where he's just been flawless. I mean, this is where he was even better than Swindell was through 9, 10, 11 with the double apex here through the right hand or the big left hand swooper, and then through the hairpin. He gets such a good run off the hairpin. Down the front straightaway, and now we got 30 laps to go. We're coming to get 29 laps to go here in the Long Beach Grand Prix, and Takeshi Kita now with a 5.1 second gap over Richard Swindell.
Yeah, Takita really making his statement out here tonight once again in that number 64 machine. Doing a great job sticking it out here. As we get to halfway in this race, we should be seeing some pit stops happening here soon with Takeshi Kita, Richard Swindell, Cameron Capone. Maybe a little bit of Corey Kobe back here as well. Corey Kobe now coming under threat here to go a lap down as he makes his way onto the back straightaway. Just a little bit in front of first place Takeshi Kita, as you can see him right there. That is the gap between P4 and P1 as Takeshi looking to put a lap on P4.
Yeah, he's just on an absolute pace right now. We saw it in qualifying. We saw Richard Swindell qualify and pole, but Takeshi Kita was right there knocking on the door during pole qualifying. And he is going to continue here off the hairpin, setting up to start lap 23 here. It's going to be interesting though, Tom. We're closing in the halfway point, and these guys have made these alternate tires on this fuel run last this entire distance. So maybe split this thing in half, throw the primaries on, and run her to the finish. That might be the optimum strategy here, as we see a lot of these other guys maybe going with that with that two-stopper, with running the double alternates and then maybe the primary right at the end. So I like this strategy, especially the pace they're still able to run here on these alternates. 23 laps into the race as the fuel load continually drops off on these race cars as well.
Absolutely. As they're on lap 23 right now, Takeshi coming up to a little bit of lap traffic here. Corey Kobe just letting him by. A lot of sportsmanship showed there as they come on down to the back straightaway. Takeshi now lapping everybody up to P4, as the top three are now the only cars on track. That 64 extremely quick here tonight as he's rounding out through the final few corners. Let's see if he makes a pit stop here. Maybe taking a little bit of an undercut.
Yeah, we'll see. It looks like he might not. He's going to avoid pit road again. Takeshi Kita going to stay on the racetrack. Let's see if Swindell maybe hits pit road, try to do a little bit of an undercut, and he does not as well. So it's going to be interesting. I think that's the strategy, Tom. I think they're going to split this thing right there in half. So we'll see them probably hit pit road on lap 26, maybe 27, somewhere in that range. Unless you're Swindell, maybe just try to do something a little different here. Pit this time by maybe undercut Takeshi Kita there by a lap or two and see if that can play out into your favor. But you never know. Maybe Takeshi will be the one to pull the undercut on Richard Swindell here. It'll be interesting to see where these guys decide to split this race up and put that final set of tires on for that final stint to the checkered.
Yes, absolutely. So we got a little cool camera shot here on the nose cone of the 62 of Richard Swindell as he's coming through 6 and 7. Coming off of 7 down into the back straightaway now. Yeah, I'm curious to see what this camera looks like coming through the hairpin here. As you can see, a hard right-hander right there, keeps it straight as he does the double apex left-hand turn here and down into the hairpin. Look at that shot. Yeah, that is sweet. All right, Richard Swindell off the final corner here and down to the front straightaway.
Yeah, it's very deceiving camera angle here, Tom, because you're looking at the front wing and you're like, hey, the thing's moving, but I think it's right there on the suspension is the camera, so it's very deceiving. But yeah, that was a cool shot there, right down there into that hairpin, as you saw how much these guys, how much of a downforce load they're getting there through the hairpin, as he is closing it here to Corey Kobe. Corey Kobe going to show a lot of respect here, let the leaders go by here. You like the sportsmanship. You're not really necessarily racing his strategy. You're racing basically the guys that he's got behind him there, Brad Haldane, Nate Patel. So definitely keeping the pace. Maybe learn something here by following Swindell. He's got a lot of pace. As we see Cameron Capone, your P3 runner, he's going to pit right here before the halfway break, pull that undercut strategy off. Let's see what he does here on the alternates, see if those primaries on, and sends her back out here for the final stint.
Right, a little bit more happenings here at the moment. Brad Haldane coming down pit road as well. Let's see if Takeshi comes down pit road. He is. Here it is. The leader down pit road, Swindell. Let's see what he does coming off the final corner here. Is he going to stay out? No, he's going to pit as well, Corey Kobe. He's going to get that lap back here momentarily as Cameron Capone gets back out on track here. Let's see what Takeshi can do, if he can stay out here, if they get a good entrance onto his pit box. As he inches closer, gets on the brake there, and he does a pretty good job. Let's see what Richard Swindell does here.
Well, that's interesting because Cameron Capone went back to the alternate tires here. I'm not sure where that strategy is right there with Capone.
Yeah.
Maybe a little confused on that one, but here, nonetheless, he's on the alternate tires again as we see Takeshi Kita exiting pit road on the primary tires. The final run of the checker, we see Swindell now on pit exit. It looks like the gap's going to stay just about what it was before the pit sequence as we are halfway through this race, and that could be the one and only pit stop here for your leaders. As, Richard Swindell gets really aggressive there into turn one, almost grabs the wall. Oh no, and there goes the wing! Oh, it's falling apart for your P2 runner, missing the wing now here for Richard Swindell.
Oh man, huge complications here for Swindell, who is looking to get a win here tonight. He is going to be losing a lot of time to Takeshi now, as he's going to have to go back down pit road. Looks like Cameron Capone is here, though, to capitalize. He might be looking at a P2 position, as Corey Kobe now comes down pit road for his pit stop service. We had a little bit of issues on track here. Nate Patel, once again, having a little bit of issues coming through the final corners here. Let's see what happens to Nate. as he gets himself into the final hairpin here. A little bit of a lockup. Oh, and that's about it. That's all that happened for Nate there. But no problems, no problems. Takeshi coming down the front straightaway. He passes Corey Kobe once again. Richard Swindell down pit road. Here comes Cameron Capone into the final corners of this race course. He's going to be coming out pretty close to Richard Swindell here, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, this is a battle for that P2 position. Let's see if Cameron Capone can actually make this pass with the second place runner of Swindell on pit road. It looks like now we see Swindell on the X. No, he's in his pit box now. Cameron Capone is going to take over P2 in this race. Unbelievable job here. Consistency is key. The race of survival, race of attrition. And now Cameron Capone now going to be pulling off this P2 position over Richard Swindell.
All right, Swindell now coming off a pit road at the moment. Currently P3. He's looking to make a great comeback tour now. So we've got a little bit of battling happening here. Nate Patel, Brad Haldane on the front straightaway coming down into turn 1.
Yeah, this is going to be a great battle. Brad Haldane goes to the outside. It looks like Nate Patel going to give way to that outside position. Brad Haldane aggressive at a turn 1. Nate's aggressive at a turn 1. Wow, I love it. These guys are digging here through turns 1 around the fountain section. That would put Brad Haldane up to that P5 position. As the race of attrition continues on, we only have 6 guys left on the track here, Tom. Everybody running out of quick repairs here. Everybody having issues. And here it is. The race of attrition continues. Is now Brad Haldane in that P5 position. Nate, a great opportunity here to maybe use some of those push to passes here behind Brad Haldane. Maybe learn something here behind Brad Haldane to find a little bit of pace here to get back by him here towards the end of this race.
Yeah, coming down the back straightaway, Nate did make a little bit of contact on that turn 1 mishap there on his right front wing. You can see the damage there as he comes down into 9, 10, and 11 here. As that may be affecting him just a little bit, but we had a little bit of happenings on track. Once again, Corey Kobe this time. It looks like, or is it just going to give me that turn 11,
the wheel spin?
Yeah.
Turn 11 off the hairpin.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Every lockup I get a, it was close, but every lockup as we go, oh man, Nate Patel down pit road. He's got to switch from the alternate to the primaries though, because he still hasn't ran the primaries.
Yeah, he ran the double alternates to start this race off. So I think that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see him go to the primaries for the end of this race. We'll see when the car goes down on the ground. No, he goes back to the alternates. So he's gonna stick to the alternates. We're a little bit more of a statement here, and then maybe hit the primaries there at the end of the race.
Absolutely.
See how the strategy plays out for him. He's making great lap time so far, continuing to run those primaries. As we see Cameron Capone, he just put up a flyer of a lap, 109.479. He is still digging here in this number 7 machine. Unbelievable lap time he just put in there. Gain bridge, gain some lap time, baby. Let's go, Cameron Capone down here into turn 4.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing a great job in that number 7. He's got to have a little bit of luck here to catch back up to Takeshi, though. As, wow, look at that. Swindell, a 109 flat, or 109.083. He's on rails, too, as he gets on those alternate tires. As he's coming through these very intricate, tricky corners. He's going to look to come down into 6 and 7. But Swindell, what is it now? 18 seconds, 19 seconds behind P2. He's got a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah, he does have a lot of ground to make up, but I mean, he's racing like a madman now. He was missing that wing. He was running right there in the P2 position, keeping in touch there with Takeshi Kita for a good portion of that first half of the race, and then having that incident. Now he's gonna have to be on comeback mode, recovery mode here, as he's going through turns 9 and 10 now. As Takeshi Kita, this next time by, will actually be getting the 20 to go.
There it is.
We have another incident here.
Yep, Nate Patel through the final corners here. Let's see what happens to the number 11 as he gets into the hairpin here. And, there it is.
Oh, no.
Rip.
It was close. That was close. He almost avoided that contact, but yeah, there it is. The left side of that wing is missing there on that number 11. He's going to have a real challenging condition here on his hands to get this thing back around to pit road to get that new wing on that race car, as he's doing a pretty good job here of staying out of any more issues here, as he's going to dive down here into turn 6. doing everything he can to keep that thing underneath him with that missing left front wing.
Oh, wow. 108.93 for Swindell now, as he's looking to set himself up to get down the back straightaway. What a lap time by him. Currently the fastest lap completed here during the race. And he's looking with a vengeance.
Yeah, he's on an absolute tear right now. He's got everything to gain in front of him. Oh no. Yeah, that missing wing makes it very challenging. He's going to try and stay out of the way here of the third place of Swindell. He's going to have a little bit more contact there off of turn 8. He's going to head down pit road, get that quick repair on that thing, and he'll be back out there ready to put some more lap time down here in that P6 position. As we see Swindell back on some push to pass, still trying to put down some flyers, trying to close this gap back down to Cameron Capone.
Absolutely. Rotors are glowing. He is hard on the brakes, hard on the gas right now. 109.6 for Swindell. As he comes through again, this intricate right-hander. He sets himself up for 6 and 7. The 62 doing a great job there tonight. Currently in the P3 position. Got pole. Lost it to Takeda coming down into the first corner of the first lap. And really hasn't been able to capitalize to get back to the front. Swindell made a small mistake after his pit stops, getting into the wall, had to come back down, get a front wing on that number 62, and he finds himself in P3 right now. Cameron Capone out in front of him with the 17.5 second gap between the two, as he's holding pretty strongly onto P2. P1 right now, though, with the 27 second gap, still Takeshi Kita out front in that number 64.
Yeah, Takeshi Kita, I think he used that one push to pass there on that first lap to build a little bit of a gap there to Swindell, and he hasn't been on it since. Hasn't needed to be on it. He just keeps running consistent lap times. He's got a 26-second lead over Cameron Capone, 44-second lead over Swindell, and he is just absolutely putting on a show here tonight at Long Beach here off of turn 11. He's going to complete lap 32 on to lap 33. We got 18 laps to go here at Long Beach. Takeshi Kita continues to lead the field as he heads down Shoreline Drive.
Takeshi Kita doing a great job once again, a 109.31 for Richard Swindell. 1.3 seconds quicker than the leader, 0.3 seconds quicker than second place. Whoa, who was that? Oh, that was Nate.
Nate Patel.
Oh, he had to tow back to pit road. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Nate here. Coming on to the back straightaway. Oh, it got loose. Cold tires.
Cold tires. That'll get you every time. That's Long Beach right there. Long Beach is... That's why this is one of the marquee events of any season as Long Beach. Whether it's Indy cars, IMSA, I mean this is a great racetrack, world racetrack right here. One of the best circuits of all circuits. As we see go back on board here with Takeshi Kita, double apex here, gonna try and complete lap 33 here. A little bit of hard braking there into the hairpin. I think he has been the most consistent through that 9, 10, 11 complex there all night long. I think that's where he gains the most speed. And I love going on board here with Takeshi Kita. I want to see what he does down here into turn 1. He is so aggressive through turns 1 and then around the fountain as he gets right there up on the curb. And then a lot of throttle input, nice and gentle, easy on the wheel. Gets around the fountain section right there against the wall. Unbelievable, the pace that this 64 has. Takeshi Kita putting on a show tonight.
Yes, absolutely. As he's coming through the next set of corners, keeping that IndyCar on track here. Last time by, pulled a 110.3. Cameron Capone, 109.8. Swindell using a little bit of push to pass here with a 109.7. Swindell's coming across the start-finish line now, 109.4 for him. Currently the fastest car on track goes to Swindell. Let's go on board with Swindell. See what he's doing as he comes through turn 1.
Yeah, we'll get right here on board with Swindell. Maybe not as aggressive there through turns 2 as you see with Takeshi Kita, but doing a fantastic job there off of turn 3 into turn 4, now turn 5. This is where he was a little bit better than Takeshi right there. Yeah, you can see he just really gets that apex perfectly, gets right back on the throttle, maximizes the exit there of 5 down here through turn 6. This is where him and Takeshi were just trading lap time back and forth earlier in this race. This Swindell right here down here into turn 8, right there over the curb. Get a good drive here down Seaside Way. and he's going to continue on. He's got 5, or how many pushbacks? He's got 5 remaining here in this race. Maybe be a little ginger on him as he's trying to close this gap down to Cameron Capone. Cameron Capone has actually cut some time out of that lead to Takeshi. He's already cut down about 2 seconds over the last couple laps. It's like him and Swindell are in some qualifying modes right now.
So we get a little mishap here from Nate. Sounds like cold tires once again there. Nate
just barely kissing the wall there with the right rear. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. He's going to be able to continue on with that.
So Nate still in that P6 position, coming through the final corners now into the hairpin. Cameron Capone with a 108.990. What a great lap he has put down. He's got Corey Kobe right behind him. As Corey Kobe is 1 lap down, maybe trying to fight a little bit to get back on the lead lap there. But Corey Kobe last time by a 111.2. And so 2 seconds quicker for Cameron Capone last time by. To come off the final corner here.
Yeah, I think we got to give a shout out here to Cameron Capone with this P2 run that he's had tonight. He's had that one mistake there off the hairpin, lost just a little bit of time. Other than that, he's had great pace, putting up some good qualifying laps now. Maybe not the start to the season he wanted, had a little bit of troubles there in the first couple races there at Sebring. Motegi Oval had a little bit of issues, but tonight, he's showing what kind of race car driver he is, and he is getting the job done here at Long Beach with that P2 position right now. Still holding Richard Swindell at bay here, not making really any mistakes with 15 laps to go. Looking pretty for this P2 position, the second step there on the podium.
Absolutely. A lot can happen here in 15 laps as he now comes onto the back straightaway. Cameron Capone still holding strong in that P2 position. Richard Swindell had a little bit of a slow lap last time by. A little bit of issues getting through the hairpin. No problems, though. No damage to the 62 as he comes on down to the back straightaway now. As he continues in that P3 position, Richard Swindell. Let's see what he could do to finish out this race.
Yeah, currently sitting there about 16 seconds behind your second place position, Cameron Capone. Maybe leveled out on lap times here with Cameron. He's not really gaining like he was. Gives us a lot of curb there on the hairpin. And maybe lose a little bit more time here as he's going to head down the front straightaway. We've got 14 laps to go in this race. It's kind of a moment now where it's do or die. If you're going to make any last end of this race effort to get by Cameron Capone, you got to start turning up the wick here now. But maybe the tires have leveled off a little bit. Although one thing I'm curious about here, though, Tom, Cameron Capone has not ran the primary tires yet in this race. We've seen him take the alternates multiple times on his 2 pit stops. On his 1 pit stop, do we see him have to make a late race pit stop here to put the primaries on?
I'm pretty sure he took primary. He took primary, then he wrecked. And then he came back down and got alternates. And he should have gotten 1 lap in because his pit stall is after the start-finish line. So, I don't know. It's a good question, actually.
Yeah,
I don't know if that counts if he's coming down pit road, but he still completed a lap technically.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it will still count. So I think he's fine to the end of this race.
Interesting. Oh, we got a little bit of mishaps here. Brad Haldane looking like he's getting into a little bit of trouble back here. Let's see what happened to Brad. Nope, it's just the final complexes. He probably locked it up going into the hairpin here. Let's see if I am right! Look at that! I'm catching on here.
It's kind of crazy how iRacing considers that an incident, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a little bit of lockup. That's typical in a hairpin. I mean, It's unbelievable. But, I mean, we've seen it before in iRacing, though. We've seen cars rolling and we didn't get a caution. So,
yeah, that's
right. You never know what you're going to get here with iRacing. But Brad Haldane doing a fantastic job running in that P5 position. He did not have the start to the race that he was looking for. He had multiple incidents there in the first couple laps. But ever since then, he's picked it up, turned up the wick here. He got a clean race car now. And he's put down some really good lap times currently on that P5 position. On the track map, he is going through, I believe this is now going down into turn 8. And then you also have P4, which is Corey Kobe now going across the front straightaway. So they're about a half a track apart. Still a lot of time left in this race, 12 laps, maybe an opportunity if Corey Kobe makes a mistake or maybe Brad Haldane really finds some lap time here at the end. Maybe he can get back by him for that P4 position.
Yeah, let's go on board with Corey here. He gets really close to the wall through the fountain section, trying to maximize all the track he can. Real close to the outside wall, going to try to arc in through the next corner. He does a great job there, keeping that car nice and straight. Smooth application of power as he comes into the final corner, or not final, I'm sorry. Final corners to get into the back straightaway here. He is still maximizing as much track as he can. Missed the apex there just a little bit for Corey Kobe, but sitting pretty with a 29-second lead. Last time by, though, Brad Haldane 2 seconds quicker. It's not going to be enough, but anything can happen, Jay.
Yeah, anything can happen. I mean, with the amount of attrition that we've seen here tonight, I mean, all you got to do is just keep running lap times, keep the car on the racetrack, and you never know what could happen. It could just end up winding up, falling in your lap, and he's right there knocking on a podium position here in that P4 position. So you never know. You never know what's going to happen as you see a lot of these guys starting to go through their push to pass. As Brad Haldane was on it just a second ago. He's got 4 left. Richard Swindell was on it there just a second ago as well. He's got 4 left. Takeshi Kita, Cameron Capone. Even if we see Richard Swindell close that gap down to Cameron Capone, I mean, Cameron Capone still got 10 left for defense. So, I mean, Cameron Capone doing a fantastic job. But with that being said, your race leader's crossing the line now for the Dega Boys. 10 to go here in Long Beach for your race leader, Takeshi Kita.
Takeshi still out front here, almost 26-second gap. There, he hit it there for just a second as he comes down into turn 1 on 110.3 right now. He really doesn't need to push it here, Jay. You just got to bring it home. Get that checker flag and come out of here. One of the hardest tracks on iRacing. Come out of here with a dub. That's going to mean a lot to that 64 crew, especially with all of the happenings that happened on track with the other cars behind him. He's still out in P1. Has led pretty much every lap. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's pretty much led every lap here tonight and putting on a show.
Yeah, he has led every lap. He really has. Even through the pit sequence, he didn't even lose the lead. So, unbelievable job so far by Takeshi Kita, leading every single lap so far tonight. All 41 of them. Well, almost 41. Oh, Brad Haldane back down pit road here. This is maybe an unscheduled pit stop. I didn't expect this. I don't see any damage to that race car. Interesting. Is this one unscheduled or is this one scheduled, Tom? Maybe I missed something here. I'm trying to think back to the last pit sequence here for Brad Haldane.
I don't know either, Jay. He's putting alternates back on. And
oh, you know what? He's probably trying to get a fast laps here at the end of the race, maybe to have something to say about that P4 position. I don't know.
Maybe.
Go back to the alternates.
He's got to go and get a 108.93 for best lap set by Richard Swindell. So, his best lap is a 109.8. Could absolutely happen. He's got some more experience under his belt, a little bit more comfortable. Oh, no, there it is.
No!
Cold tires.
Right into the fountain. Oh, no.
That was terrible.
Cold tires have been an absolute death sentence tonight for these drivers.
It really has been.
Oh, no.
Let's see what happened. Let's go on board with him. He's coming off of pit road right now. Let's see. Oh, just grabbed a little bit of wall. Man, that is unfortunate.
That's what it did. It knocked the wheels to the left there when he hit that wall, and then he tried to overcorrect. It went right around on him. So unfortunate. And he's out of the race.
He is.
That's it. There's only 5 cars running in this race. Unbelievable race of attrition here. We started with 10. Stephen Doughton didn't grid, but we got 10 starting, and now 5 are remaining. Do we have an issue with your race leader?
Possibly.
Oh no, it's got to be a lockup in the hairpin again.
That's probably no
or nothing. Yeah.
Thanks, iRacing.
We just had to get more TV time here for Takeshi Kita. That's what it was.
I want to say this here though, Jay. Look, Nate is going to be able to get into the top 5 now. Brad Haldane's out of the race. He's gonna He's 5 laps down, but Brad's 3 laps down. We've got 8 laps left in this race. He's going to get that P5 position. Nate's looking at a top 5 for his first ever start.
That's unbelievable. I mean, we've seen that a lot recently here in the Next Sim Racing League. Guys making their debuts and having fantastic runs, and Nate is going to add his name to that list and having his debut run here with a top 5. I mean, anything can happen. He's got to get one more lap back on Brad Haldane here, but he is doing a Oh, we jinxed him, Tom! We jinxed him! Dang it! Why did we put the camera on Nate there for a minute?
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, Nate. He's going to come back down pit road here.
Just get a wing on it. Limper around, buddy. You can do it. Look at this P5 finish here tonight.
Let's see if he's got one. A quick repair, I mean. Let's see if he's got a quick repair to get that upright back straight on that right front of that car. Nate,
If he crossed the line here, he should be on the same lap as Brad Haldane, correct?
Oh, that's right.
Or I could be incorrect on that. I don't know.
Oh, no quick repair for Nate.
Oh, no. On the cusp of a P5 finish, and it falls apart with the announcer's jinx. Oh, no.
Oh, that is just unfortunate. That is so unfortunate.
We just had to talk about it. I mean, that's the trend here at the Dega Boys channel. We are the biggest jinx there is. If we talk about you, something is gonna happen.
Oh, goodness sakes. We got 4 cars on track now. As Cameron Capone locks up going into the hairpin. Gets a little sideways off the exit. But he's still looking good in that P2 position. Takeshi Kita still out front here after the fountain area. Through the next set of corners here, just trying to keep it straight. 6 more laps to go here, Jay, at Long Beach.
Yeah, and I just had a great idea. I think we need to run a multi-class with the jumpy trucks and Indy cars here next season. I think that'd be great. I don't know if it's even possible, but I think it would be awesome.
We need to bring back the Fun Around and Find Out series. And,
yes, the Fun Around and Find Out was amazing. I miss it so much. We had some of the best memories in that series. Like, we had some of the most iconic moments. I mean, it was unbelievable.
And the laughs.
But
the laughs.
Yeah, the laughs. The non-serious nature of the Dega Boys. It always seems to be a good time. But Takeshi Kita exiting turn 11 down the front straightaway. He's going to cross the line to get the 5 lap to go mark here at Long Beach. Can he do it? 5 more times around, and he will have led every single lap here tonight at Long Beach.
Yes, absolutely. Coming down into turn 1. He's only got a couple more laps here to go to finish the race. We'll go back to the chat here. Tim Henderson at the beginning of the race, he said he had to recalibrate his wheel. That's why we saw him doing a little bit of craziness there at the start of the race. Brad Haldane, a little bit of frustration there. I understand, Brad, but this is an extremely difficult combination. You're still going to finish P5, my guy. I'd take that as a win.
Yeah, I think that P5 is pretty much secured now. I don't see Nate moving or anything on the pit road. It doesn't classify him as out. It still says he's sitting on pit road. Maybe getting some extensive damage work done to that car. I don't know though, man. I mean, if maybe it gets that thing fixed just enough here at the end, I mean, you never know what could happen. I feel like that's the story of the race right now. Can Nate get that car limped around one more time for that P5 position?
Looks like he is out of the car though. So,
oh, he is? Okay, yeah, that would be official then.
Yeah.
That would leave us down to 4.
That'll do it.
Cold tires, Brad says, lol. Yep, that has been the name of the game tonight. Survival and cold tires.
Yes, absolutely it has. We've seen it with multiple people though. Let's see. Brad says, wait, how? I didn't even look before I left. What do you mean?
About the P5 position.
Oh yeah, you're P5. You've pretty much secured P5. Yeah, if Nate made it around one more time, he would have got you, but he didn't. Cause
yeah, the announcer's
cheek. Yep. Terrible.
The Dega Boys way.
It do be like that sometimes though.
Yep. I think that's what I need to make is a compilation of all of the announcers' jinx. I would be a lot of work because I'd have to go through every single race, but I guarantee there's probably 100 scenarios of that situation. But Takeshi Kita exiting turn 11. He's going to get 3 more laps around Long Beach. 3 more perfect laps, and he is going to see the checker flag here tonight. Through the field, we got Takeshi Kita here in the P1 position. Has led from green to checker, or green to lap 48. And then Cameron Capone. What a fantastic race he had. I think this guy deserves driver of the day for sure. With the rough start he had to the season, he had that one mistake there in the hairpin. Other than that, he has been flawless. He's even put up lap times as quick, if not quicker, than the leader throughout this race. Unbelievable job here by Cameron Capone. And then in that P3 position, we got Richard Swindell. He was right there in touch for the first half of this race with Takeshi Kita. Made that mistake there. Through the fountain section, took off his wing, had to come back down pit road. That's the gap. That's the difference in the race there between him and Takeshi. He's currently sitting in that final podium position there in P3. And then the last guy on track, Corey Kobe in the 86. He's been just chugging along all night long, putting up some great lap times. And here he is late in this race in the P4 position. Anything can happen, though. You never know. He's still got 3 laps to go. See if he can find his way onto the podium.
Absolutely, a lot can happen here. We got Takeshi coming across the line now. We've got 2 laps to go here, Jay. 2 more laps around Long Beach as he comes and flies down into turn 1. Takeshi has done a great job all night long. Grabbed the lead of the race coming down into turn 1 at the green flag. He has stayed out front, has led every lap so far. Got to put in 2 more clean laps to secure this win. He took that corner a little bit aggressive there. You can hear the tires sliding as he is now coming in to 6 and 7. Takeshi looking to get a good exit here to go down onto the back straightaway. Takeshi once again hasn't used any push to pass. Still got 9 left. He used 1 at the beginning there to get himself out front, or to increase the gap between first and second. But Takeshi now coming through the final corners of the racetrack and through the hairpin. He is going to be looking at the white flag here on the front straightaway at Long Beach.
There it is. The white flag is in the air one more time around here at Long Beach for the man who started P2, took the lead into turn 1 on the initial start, and never looked back. Increased the gap, had no mistakes, absolutely flawless. He's going to go through the fountain section here one last time tonight. No mistakes on deck here, and he will find himself in victory lane. Through turns 4 and now through turn 5. Going to be setting up this little short chute, headed for turn 6. That's the section right there all night long. Continually opening up that gap through turn 6 and up Pine Avenue for one final time here tonight. Down here into turn 8. Absolutely flawless on the wheel. We had an onboard with him. It was so fun to watch where he was able to make that car fast. He wasn't really fighting the wheel a whole lot. And now here he is down Seaside Way, the back straighter for the final time, into turn 9. And then this left-hand swooper, the double apex, turn 10. And then down into the hairpin for the final time tonight. Takeshi Kita has turned it up here at this beginning of this season. And here he is, finding victory lane again here at the Long Beach Grand Prix.
Jay, we got a little bit of a battle here between second and third.
Oh, we got
Cameron
drama
Capone,
here.
Big drama.
Cameron
Capone's
Capone
missing the
in the
front
P2.
wing. He crashed 2 times during the time we were talking about Kita. Here comes Richard Swindell. He has brought down this gap, now down to 2 seconds as they come into the final corners. Can Cameron Capone hold on to it as they come through? 9, 10, and 11. He's looking like glory here for that P2 position. Richard Swindell. Oh, he locks it up. Here comes Swindell. No, he's not going to make it happen. Capone, he is going to bring it home in P2 in dramatic fashion as he crosses the start-finish line. Swindell coming home in P3. Unbelievable.
The theatrics. I'm sorry I cut you off there at the beginning there, Tom. My headset turned off. Sorry about that, but the theatrics there at the end for Cameron Capone. Unbelievable. Took it to the razor's edge there with a missing nose piece.
Yeah, look, coming down into turn 1. This is where we get the first pop-up of a little bit of an incident on track. There you go. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, goodness B.
Oh, look, you can see the desperation in that right now. You can see
Oh,
him.
look at Alex Tagliani move right there. Holy cow. Right there into the runoff area, turn 1.
And then he had another incident right here. It looks like possibly, or maybe it's just going to be turn 11. Once again, he's going to probably lock up here. Yeah, he does, as he gets into the final corner. And then this is where it all rounds out. Cameron Capone with the nose cone off that thing, just flopping. Coming down into 10 and 11. He locks it up real bad here. Swindell trying to capitalize, was not able to, as they all come down the front straightaway for second and third here. Swindell having to hold on to that P3 position. Now, Jay, do you know what time it is, baby? It is time for some interviews here. Let's go ahead and get everything set up as we see the 62. Richard Swindell is here. Let's talk to him. Richard Swindell, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
I do, guys. How you doing?
Oh, man, we're doing great. Well, I'm going to ask you about your race, because I don't know how you feel about it. But, Richard, you had a little bit of mishaps there after your pit stop, got into the wall a little bit. Maybe a little bit of cold tire action going on there, but tell us what you felt going through that incident there.
Yeah, well, before that I had to save a little fuel because Takeshi was using less than me. So to make it on one stop, I had to save some fuel, give him a little bit of a gap. And then I pushed a little too hard going around the fountain, and, well, you saw it. I had to give you guys some action to watch.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did. And then let's talk a little bit about the ending of the race. Cameron Capone, excuse me, makes a little bit of a mistake going down into turn 1. Just nose cone is gone. Front wing is gone. And you find yourself 2 seconds behind Cameron Capone. Cameron made a little bit of mistakes going through the hairpins there, a little bit of lockups. But what more did you need there to get to the rear bumper of Cameron?
Well, to be honest, yeah, I was looking at the gap, and when I had to come to pit, I'd already switched to the primary tires. So I'd used both tires. So when I had to come into pit for my new nose, I put the alternates back on because they're a second a lap quicker. And I was gaining on them, and then I stopped gaining on them, and I couldn't figure out why. I was using my push to pass. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I gained like 10 seconds. I didn't know what happened up ahead. But then I realized Cameron was using alternates for both stints. So I wasn't too worried because he was getting disqualified anyway, but I was still pushing, trying to catch him.
Oh.
Yeah, if I look on the results, he got disqualified.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, we actually talked about that
Yeah, we
mid-race
did,
because we
actually.
didn't see him on the primaries, and we thought maybe he was on it before he made his pit stop, but it looks like you're right. He did get disqualified.
Yeah, like I figured I should be able to gain a second a lap him on the second half when I swapped back to the alternates because I used the primaries for one lap. And when I didn't, I started looking up and I went, wait a second, he's still on the alternates. And so I was pushing hard because I wanted the position naturally, but just didn't have enough. I kind of screwed that up. I mean,
Well,
I got to think.
I mean, it's showing you P2. I mean, for sure. It looks like Corey Kobe finished P3. So,
Yeah.
there you have it. My SDK is wrong there, guys. Richard, I apologize. You finished P2 tonight.
Yeah, well, you know, Takeshi and I have been teammates for a few years in another league driving Formula 3. So our first time branching out into these Indy cars was in this league, and we love it. And I got to give credit to him. He painted the cars, and I asked him how to start because I don't know if you guys remember the last race. I buggered that up good and crashed
Yeah.
and caused a caution. So he told me what he did. I mean, he still got out ahead of me, but so all congratulations to Takeshi. He really earned it, and nice to see him have a stint, and even if he didn't get past.
I love it. Look, congratulations on your P2 tonight. Some great runnings you out there. You survived to finish the race. Congratulations on that alone. But I'm going to hand you off to Jay here. Jay, what do you got for Richard here to round out this interview?
Yes, Rich, congratulations on your P2. What a fantastic race, man. You actually getting in this race first half, put on a show for us at home. We enjoyed that battle. This was fun to watch. But who do you have to thank for this amazing performance?
Well, I thank you guys because you're entertaining as hell to watch. As soon as I get off this broadcast and your broadcast is over, I'm going to sit down and imbibe a little bit and just enjoy myself. You guys crack me up. I mean, you get excited. I don't know if I get excited with only this many cars, but obviously there's minutes you're going to be on the screen of it. And I got to thank Steven Ritter's not here tonight. He's also one of my teammates from the other day. He actually brought Keshi and I over here to racing these things, and we love it. So Keshi and Steven and all the guys on Atomic Racing, we've been racing together for a few years at Formula 3, and we're just branching out into these IndyCars, and they're great. I hope we can get more people out and have another race in this league, but if not, it's been a blast, guys, so really appreciate all your work.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for the kind words. Jay, go ahead there.
Oh, I was just gonna say we probably should interview Corey Kobe next.
Oh, yeah.
When we drop you down there, tell Keshi we'll get to him. We're gonna get Corey Kobe next. But yeah, go continue to tell.
Yeah, well, thanks for the kind words. We truly appreciate that. We have a blast up here. We really do have fun. There's some aspects of the race that I love talking about. In fact, the whole race. I just like racing just in general. So to come out here and do this with you guys is a pleasure. Richard, congratulations on your P2 tonight, and I'm sure we will, but we hope to see you in the next one.
If there's a next one, I'll be here. Thanks, guys.
All right. That was your P2 finisher for tonight. Let's go ahead and bring down your P3 finisher, Corey Kobe. Corey, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
Hey, so come to find out, you finished P3 tonight with a little bit of disqualification there by the 7 car for not taking an alternate tire. So you're going to come out here in the P3 position even after everything that happened on track. Boy, I'm probably just as surprised as you, or maybe you're not surprised. But talk to us a little bit about the race. How did your race go?
Clean. It was clean, and that's why I was able to get third. I was surprised. I was just taking the cooldown lap to just kind of gain my breath a little bit, and was going through looking at the standings, and it said I was in third. So apparently that guy Cameron did not change his tires. So fourth was the best I've finished in this league so far, twice. So I thought I would just tie in that. So this will be my best finish now, and obviously the podium is awesome. So
yeah, absolutely. Your first time up here in the booth, Cameron. We watch you on a race to race basis here. You're Corey. Sorry, I don't know why.
It's all good.
Sorry, I apologize, Corey. Look, you've got a lot of speed in that 86. You do a great job week in and week out. You finally get your podium. But looking forward here, we got a couple good races in front of us. We've got some ovals ahead, some other road courses. How are you feeling about those races moving forward?
Well, I prefer the ovals. That's really my specialty. That's where I've got my other couple of top fives. Indianapolis is probably my strongest track that I visit. I live an hour away. It's my happy place. So I'm really looking forward to running the Indy Oval. I could probably gain some speed on the road courses, but like in this case today, I'm typically clean and just take care of my car, and it usually pays off for me. So ovals, though, I look to be up there contending for the win.
Awesome. Well, that's great to hear. We are so excited to see that 86 car out front here in the coming weeks at Indianapolis. Congratulations on your P2 run. I'm going to hand you off to Jay here so I can stop calling you different names other than your real name of Corey. So, Jay, what do you got for Corey here as we round out this interview?
Yes, Cameron. I mean Corey. Sorry, that was a bad one. All right, look, Corey. Nonetheless, I mean, a fantastic race you had here tonight. You come home with the P3. You had really good pace there all race long. Didn't make a whole lot of mistakes, and that was the key tonight. Was not making mistakes. You can find yourself up here at a podium, and you get an interview tonight. You get your first podium of the season. Congratulations. Who do you thank for this amazing performance?
First of all, thank you for the best. Honestly, I was more surprised I got pulled into this booth. I forgot that was even a thing. It's been so long since I've been pulled into a booth. I was just chatting and got pulled in, so that's always cool and exciting. Just thanks for the broadcast. Thanks for the league. I'm one of the ones trying to get this going. I'm trying to be part of the attendance, and hopefully we can get bigger numbers. But just thanks for all that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the kind words. We truly appreciate you coming out here, giving us some great on-track content. And yeah, we appreciate you, Corey. And once again, congratulations on your P3 run tonight. And Corey, we hope to see you in the next one.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks.
All right, that was your P3 runner for tonight. Now, let's bring down your winner, Takeshi Kita. Takeshi, it's Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Takeshi, look at
guys.
that. Awesome. We're great. We watched you all race long. You've got that amazing start at the start of the race. You get around your teammate of Richard Swindell down into turn 1. It's almost like you never had to look back. The speed out of that number 64 was just amazing here tonight. You're coming out here with a 39 second gap to second place of your teammate. And boy, that's got to feel great. That's got to feel awesome that you came out here and put on a clinic.
It does feel great. Of course, winning is the best feeling that there is. So what can I say? It was a hard race. I practiced a lot because I knew that keeping it out of the wall for 50 laps was going to be hard. It was going to be a decisive thing through the race. So I think the practice paid off.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of practice went into here. Now, look, you and Richard being teammates, I'm assuming here that you guys use a lot of the same setup here. Is that true?
Yeah, well, we usually use the default iRacing setup.
Default iRacing setup. That's even more impressive there, Takeshi. That is very very impressive what you were able to do tonight here out on track. But I mean, I don't know what else to say. Takeshi, you came out here, you put on a clinic, you won Long Beach. You had a phenomenal showing. In fact, we were talking about it a little bit at the Motegi Oval. Something truly phenomenal that you did there. Again, come out here, lead every lap at Long Beach. Again, another phenomenal feat for yourself. Congratulations on your race win tonight. I'm going to hand you off to Jay here. Jay, what do you got for Takeshi to round out this broadcast?
Yes, Takeshi, you led flag to flag tonight. You put on an absolute show. It was fun watching you earlier in the first half of the race, racing with Richard. You and him put on a pretty good battle there for a good 20-something laps there. But at the end of the race, your pace just was unrelenting. There was parts of the course that you were so fast. I mean, you said you put a lot of practice into it. Default setup. I'm in shock, but that's unbelievable. But is there anybody you want to thank for this amazing performance they had tonight?
Of course, I want to thank Richard and my teammates at Atomic Racing, which are very supportive, and my wife, who is also very supportive of this racing.
Absolutely. Well, a huge freaking shout out to your wife, too. Thank you for letting Takeshi come out here and give us some great on-track content. Thank you, Takeshi, for taking the time out of your day to come out here and give us a great show. And, man, seriously, we sincerely hope to see you in the upcoming races, because, boy, am I excited to see that 64 back out front.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that was your winner here tonight. Man, what a show that we got out here. We had some new faces. Nate Patel does come home in that P5 position after disqualification of the 7 car. And first showing out here, gets top 5. Takeshi Kita comes out here, qualifies P2, gets in front of his teammate going down into turn 1, leads flag to flag, or, well, kind of flag to flag, but leads every lap of the race. Cameron Capone getting disqualified there at the end. Some drama, some theatrics there, even regardless of the disqualification there with the little bit of an incident that he had. What an overall great race, though.
Oh man, Long Beach. It's amazing. It's like I said at the top, it's a match made in heaven. Indy cars here at Long Beach. And boy, did we have some drama there the first couple laps. I think we saw just about everybody have an incident there within the first 3-4 laps. The two guys that didn't were Swindell and Takeshi Kita. And from there on out, they pretty much controlled the race. The difference in it was that cold tire, that little bit of mistake through the fountain section for Swindell, ultimately allowed Takeshi Kita to kind of open up that gap to basically an unsurmountable distance there, and Takeshi Kita just put on a pace that was unrelenting. And like you said, basically flag to flag here from Takeshi Kita. It was a performance for the ages here at Long Beach. Great runs by a lot of drivers. Unfortunate there with the drama and the theatrics there with Cameron Capone. We'll see if he could get that figured out for next race. He had a great drive going. It's so unfortunate that that got taken away from him. But nonetheless, another fantastic race here with the Nexus Grand Prix Championships here at the Long Beach Grand Prix.
Yes, absolutely. Well, let's wind down this broadcast here a little bit, Jay. If you guys want to become part of the boys, you can go to our channel, hit the join button, pick a tier that works best for you. With those tiers, you get a couple of cool perks there. You come call a race with Jay and I. You come on our podcast, talk a little bit about racing. And look, even if you get one of those tiers gets you some free merch. So go ahead, go down there, go get yourself a membership with the boys, and come hang out with Jay and I. If you also want to help us, the boys, in any other way, you go to our merch shop, get yourself some Big Daddy NASCAR merch, some Dega Boys merch, just like this right here. Big Daddy NASCAR hat, shirt, sweatshirt, apron, coffee mug, different kinds of hats too, trucker hats, whatever. Look, all the proceeds that go through that, they go right back into the channel to create more and better content for you guys. Thank you to everybody who is already a part of the of the channel. We got Javon Thompson, Dallas Seward, a huge supporter of the channel, Stephen Downton, Daniel Maddox, Tell Taps, Richard Latuke. Thank you guys. I know I'm missing a few here, Jay. You got any more?
Oh man, we got.
I know I'm missing a big one.
Really,
here.
I wasn't really paying attention to what names you said there. My bad. Mad Duck, Next Sim Racing, Richard Latuke. We got Kevin Whalen, who was in the race here
Kevin
tonight.
Whalen.
Caden Gargiulo.
Oh, that's right. That's who I was missing there.
There's a bunch.
There's
There's a bunch.
just-
I know I updated the members page.
Yes.
You'll see those
You'll
things.
see it.
We'll talk about them more as we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so big thank you to those guys being continual supporters of the channel. Thank you so much. Look, we've got lots of cool and fun things coming up here in the month of May. It is the Motorsports fans' greatest month here. So I'm going to hand it off to Jay here. Jay, why don't we talk a little bit about what's going on with our channel, podcast-wise, watch party-wise, and anything else that may be coming along.
Yes, this is the month of May. We're in it, baby. And Sunday, what an amazing day of racing we had there with the Formula One Grand Prix at Miami. I mean, the sky is falling. God himself came out of the sky on Sunday and pushed that number 4 McLaren across the line first. God dang, I didn't think I'd ever see that in my lifetime. But yeah, we'll be talking about that in extent here tomorrow on the podcast, as well as that controversial last lap of the NASCAR Cup Series race with that quote-unquote photo finish, which I still think it's a tie. I still think you need to go off the transponders. We'll talk about that on Tuesday. We got a lot of talking points to go with that. And then we'll preview the races coming up this upcoming weekend. I mean, it is a slot, man. It's a loaded weekend. We got NASCAR, basically all the NASCAR series over at Darlington. Then we got the 6 hours of Spa for the World Endurance Championship. IMSA's at Laguna Seca again. Can't wait to see those guys rolling through the corkscrew. And then we also have Indy cars at the Indy Grand Prix, as well as Indy NXT's on deck there. We got the Pilot Challenge Series also on deck. I mean, it's loaded weekend. I think basically everything but Formula One is on next weekend. It's gonna be unbelievable. We'll preview all those races for you guys here. But the most important thing, though, is our watch parties. We're doing 4 watch parties this month. I mean, we are going to be grinding them out this month. This is the greatest time of the year. There is a poll on our channel. It closes tomorrow. I think I'll close it probably after the podcast tomorrow night, or before. But we currently have a tie between the Indy Grand Prix there for the IndyCar Series at Indianapolis, as well as the World Endurance Championship 6 hours of Spa race. So, if we don't get that resolved in the next, next 20 hours or so, I think we're going to be doing a coin flip on the podcast here for you guys, so we can decide which race we'll be doing the watch party for. And then we'll also, at the end of the month, the greatest day in racing. I mean, it's basically Christmas. We got the Monaco Grand Prix live stream. And then about an hour later, we got the Indy 500 broadcast live watch party. And then about another hour after that, we're going to be back again for the World 600. It's going to be a full day of watch parties right here on the Dega Boys channel. A host of characters. It's going to be a great time. It's all day. Come interact with us. Spend your day with the Dega Boys while you're watching some racing. It's going to be a fun time. I can't even wait. I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah.
And then Thursday, Tom, you got to talk about what's Thursday. I mean, there's a lot on the line on Thursday.
We've got, on Thursday, we have the season finale with the Back Markers crew. We're going to crown a champion, and it's pretty much decided right now with Tyler Barnett taking the championship home, going to start that race. So congratulations to him. But, man, do we still got some great racing to watch on Thursday night. Let's see, on Saturday, we're with the PSCRL guys, and we are at...
Michigan.
Yeah, that's right, Michigan. Thank you. Michigan. So, some more truck racing there with the PSCRL guys. Make sure you guys come out and watch that. We got lots of fun happenings there as well. All right, make sure you guys check out all of our social media channels. We got Facebook, TikTok, X, Discord, Patreon, lots of good stuff for you there. Our Patreon is becoming pretty stacked with some good content that we can't share anywhere else. So make sure you guys go over there and support us there as well. Our Discord channel is thriving. If you guys love motorsports news, that is the place to be. Lots of good stuff going on there as well. Alright, this has been another great broadcast here on the Dega Boys Network. Thank you for everybody who came out. Tim Henderson, Brad Haldane in the chat. We appreciate you dudes. Thank you so much. And being great supporters of our channel as well. Thank you to everybody who came out here and liked and subscribed as well. We truly appreciate that. With that being said, this has been another race with Thomas this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. And we'll see y'all in the next one.